it's so good for them that this is the first thing that I heard from them because I just really like it. It was literally one of like my favorite title tracks. Howdy Meowers, welcome back to the BlushCat podcast. My name is Ollie, not to be confused with Oliver, who has hosted the BlushCat Becky episodes. My name is Ollie, and today we are talking about KickFlip.
KickFlip, flip, kick it, flip it, kick it.
Yeah,
Bop
it. Yes.
Amaru.
Yes, so true. She has learned well. So, it's the long-awaited KickFlip episode. I mentioned before that we were going to be talking about KickFlip, and so that's exactly what we're here to do today, exclusively KickFlip. And why? Well, I'll get to that. But in the roundup episode that we did, episode 118, we did not talk about any of KickFlip's comebacks or their debut that happened in 2025. And, you know, it's like, well, why not? Like, you said you liked KickFlip now, so how come you didn't talk about their comebacks? We're doing that today in this episode.
We literally just were saying, well, there's so many. Like, can we really have that many KickFlip things to cover in the roundup? No, we're going to have to just do a KickFlip episode.
Yeah. So I am pretty sure I'm going to be taking point today.
Yes.
This whole thing is my fault, if you want to put it that way.
I'm a bystander.
By CIX. This is about KickFlip. I'm sorry, everyone. But yeah, so we're going to talk about all of their releases so far. And I'm going to first explain, you know, why I'm standing KickFlip, like why KickFlip all of a sudden. And maybe I'll mention some content that I've seen and just like general comments about KickFlip. So yeah, can we just get going?
Yeah, so to start, how did we get here?
Well, we got here, you might actually have already heard briefly, like, because was it the Whisper challenge that we did? I think it came up then. Yeah, I think it did. And I said I'm standing KickFlip because of the Isaac. And then also we have talked about Kyehoon from KickFlip in the Nonsense Association game. No. What was it? What one did we? Oh, the K-pop profiles game.
Yes.
That we did. Yes. So it's come up here and there, but mainly the starting point for this KickFlip journey was from the Chuseok 2025 Idol Star Athletic Championship. And so what happened was Jeon from Aho was on a team for shooting, and I think when we talked about it before, I might have briefly mentioned that it was archery. I knew the whole time it wasn't, but it just came out that way because that's typically the event, so don't think I'm a fool. I know the difference. So he was on a team with Minjae from KickFlip, and there was also a girl from Baby Don't Cry, and a girl from Hit GS. And I wanted Jeon's team to win. So I ended up saying that if that team wins, I'll stand KickFlip, you know, as a way to show my thanks.
the importance in that moment, you know, that boy from KickFlip was needing to take his shots. So it was like, okay, if you do this and win it, I'll stand KickFlip. I didn't make that promise. Just Ollie did.
Yeah. So they did end up winning, and so I'm staying true to my word. However, I just want to say that I also said that I would check out one of the Weverse lives. Now, not to, you know, like, make them look less than, but I said I would check out one of the Weverse lives from Baby Don't Cry that they kept recommending to me on YouTube. And so I did, like, I did that because I said that I would. But you know, it was like whatever, like but so I figured, well, I'll watch their music videos too, because I might as well just give them a fair chance. But that didn't go any further.
Basically what you're saying is you did what you said you would do, and with KickFlip, it's not like you keep saying that is, you know, what you said you would do, and so look, now you're doing it, but it's more so that like it stuck with them. So like it's not like you're fake standing them.
Right. Oh no, I would not do that. Like I wouldn't do that. Luckily KickFlip did make it very easy, yes, for me to keep my word. So
now let's also just say though, I wouldn't say you're quite really in it that much at this point yet. You know, like you're using this sort of language and stuff, but it's not like this is like the next, you know, play, if I have to put it bluntly. You know, like you're liking what you're seeing, but like you're not like deep ingrained in KickFlip right now.
Right.
We're still early on in the phases.
Early on, but hey, I mean, they debuted last year, so like, you know, give everybody a chance. Yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely liking what I'm seeing. And honestly, I'm enjoying them more than like a lot of other groups, or like there's a lot of groups that I did enjoy, but they kind of fell off. They're not really giving me anything. So hey, I was lucky to find KickFlip. But I started with the music, of course, and they were just about to have their comeback with the My First Flip album, and that album is totally a style that I enjoy. So it was, you know, everything was really lining up for me to start standing KickFlip. And so a little after checking out all their music and watching their music videos and performances and stuff like that, I started watching content, but I haven't seen that much content at this point, which is why I can't be like, you know, so full in it, because I really haven't seen all that much. But I do want to mention that I think it was a picture of them that I saw from the Isaac before it actually aired. And since everyone was wearing name tags, I saw that there was someone named Donghua, which means fairy tale, and I thought that was really cool. So actually my first interest was like a little before the actual event where I said that I would start standing, but I didn't remember that when I was seeing the episode. I didn't.
You, in your heart, you were like, I have to find some reason to stand KickFlip. No, subconsciously.
It all just happened. It just happened, okay? I guess this is also a good time to mention kind of not necessarily how I feel about each people, but I need to talk about how everybody in KickFlip reminds me of somebody else.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
I have some associations like that as well.
Okay, I was wondering if you would.
They're not personality based.
Yeah, some of it's vocal tone based, some of it's appearance based. But I don't really have anything super personality based yet.
Okay.
So first of all, Min-jae, just so similar to JU from TL1. Like everything is just screaming JU to me. It's been that way ever since I first saw him. I was like, wow, he looks like JU. And then Donghua, I really feel like visually he reminds me of a few different people, but I don't exactly know who. But very recently, when I was watching some content, I thought, you know what? He actually sounds a bit like Yenon when he speaks.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah. Anything about those two people?
I don't know the people that
Okay.
I don't know their names.
Well, I'll just say the rest then, I guess. You want me
okay. I mean, I think I know Amaru.
Mm-hmm.
I think I know who he reminds me of, but you didn't mention him yet.
Well, I don't know if he does visually. I don't think so, but sound-wise, I kind of get Keita.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I definitely do get some even vibes. There are like a couple of groups that I will mention that this group reminds me of with their songs. Like there are a couple groups that kept coming back to me, and I was like, no wonder she likes this group. But I think it's Amaru. He seems like and they're all kind of like little brothers, I'm calling them, like little brothers to somebody else.
Oh, okay.
He seems like the little brother. Actually, I forgot. In my head, I had called them golden children, because they were like little brothers of people from Golden Child, but I don't know the names of the Golden Child people either, so I couldn't name them. There's a boy in Golden Child, you know. Doesn't Amaru look like a boy in Golden Child?
He might.
I think he might.
I don't know, maybe.
And there's another boy that I think looks like a boy from Golden Child, kind of. But the one that I know and think of the most as like looking like somebody else is Seungwon's brother is what I'm calling him. There's
Donghyun. I know you're talking about Donghyun.
Okay. Yeah, every time I see him, I cannot help but think that he looks like Seungwon.
Yeah, I think that he looks like Seungwon. I think he sounds like him too a little bit, but I think he definitely more so sounds like Renjun.
Oh, okay.
And so, I mean, you know, Renjun's one of my favorite K-pop vocalists, so this is already helping KickFlip a whole bunch. Like, wow, like just having somebody with vocals like that is really good. And obviously, like, two people already giving even vibes. It's another good thing. So yeah, then Juwon, he reminds me of Gonu from Just Be, but also somebody else that I don't know who. And Keiju, I don't know who he reminds me of, but I know that he reminds me of someone visually and vocally, even though it's interesting because I feel like Keiju's vocal tone is super distinct, but I feel like there's something familiar about it in a way. I think maybe appearance-wise, I get a little Ha Sung-un. I'm not sure though.
I think maybe I can see that some of the times. Like I definitely think he does kind of have that vibe, but I don't know if I would have immediately been like, oh yeah, I think that.
Well, yeah, then the last person, Kyehoon, one, he's way more relevant. No offense, like I feel kind of bad with the whole K-pop profile thing, even though it was really funny. But like I didn't expect him, hearing all those pieces of information, for him to be as relevant as he seems to be. No offense. But he reminds me of Eric from The Boys.
Oh,
like in The Boys' early days. Like really, like a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. So any other familiarities on your end?
No, I think it was mainly Golden Child, Seungwon. And then like I get a lot of, especially in the rap sector, I get a lot of TIOT vocal tones once again.
Oh.
Which then can kind of translate to all vocal tones. Like I feel like rap is trending into that kind of sound, I guess, with the younger boy groups.
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, me too. I really like it.
Yeah.
Like for a while, a lot of the rappers from boy groups were definitely doing more of a like less prominent, like less distinct sound, I feel like. You know, it went from like BTS era of rap being like super distinct to then being kind of less distinct to now being like, I like this, like it kind of almost feels like a middle ground, you know?
Yeah. So this is gonna come up again for specific songs, but generally KickFlip gives me such a third gen vibe, so I think that's really interesting. They definitely have that youthful, fresh, energetic vibe, but you know, I enjoy that. I hope nobody takes this the wrong way, because I really enjoy a lot of of groups that are falling into this category, but they give me the vibes of kind of unpopular, or like at least like mid-level, maybe third gen boy groups, not like, you know, the biggest, most popular ones everybody might think of.
I literally, like, most of the groups that I would mention that this group reminds me of sound-wise are groups that historically we thought made really good music but have not really made any sort of success in the sense that KickFlip has already. And so I honestly was like, I feel bad for those other groups because they just didn't have a company to start. Like, clearly people like this type of music.
Yeah.
Because KickFlip is doing it, and they are getting to go to the end of year award show, festival things and all that. And these other groups that I would equate them to sound wise never got to go to any of that kind of stuff. So yeah, they definitely have a sound of unpopular groups, if you will, because those groups, like, you never get to hear this sound of song at events that include a whole bunch of artists at them.
Yeah.
Because those groups aren't getting invited.
Okay, so first we're going to start with KickFlip's most recent comeback, and then we're gonna go backwards.
Okay.
So we are talking about My First Flip with My First Love Song as the title track, and Band-Aid as another promoted song, and just all the songs on the album. So I already did talk about My First Love Song and Band-Aid because I included them in our 2025 K-pop favorites episode, but I will repeat myself a little bit because these songs deserve that. So I'm going to start with Band-Aid, actually. And I will say that Min-jae, he has a very prominent role in this music video. And he has the repeated narration parts. And he also got to be involved with the composition of the song. I like that. The KickFlip members, I guess they were, trained to be involved and to be able to make their own music. So I do notice that they are in the credits very frequently. And one of the writers for this song has worked on a lot of NCT Dream songs, I noticed. So everything's adding up, I guess, for why I like it. And the music video, I really, really like all of the water.
Okay.
There's obviously the rain and like the water outside and the pool, but the color of the lockers too, it's just so fitting. And I love when their feet are splashing like the pool deck tile. That's really nice because I really feel like I'm in that environment. And the imagery is very nostalgic, just like I feel like the song is. And I'll kind of tie it right into My First Love Song because they go together. They do. I've talked about this before. And so they're just, KickFlip, like they just, it's so good for them that this is the first thing that I heard from them because I just really like it. It was literally one of like my favorite title tracks and favorite music videos because it's just so fun. I love the K-drama vibes. I love the rock but like youthful sound of the song, and just the fact that the music videos are related. I feel like this should be something that's happening more when K-pop groups have like a pre-release or multiple music videos for a comeback instead of being completely separate. I feel like it would be fun to have them tie together in some way more frequently.
True.
Also, as far as live stages, I always have a good time. I'm just always having a good time, especially with these two songs.
Yeah, it does seem like they are a group that does live singing. Like most of the ones that I clicked on, I was like, yeah, this is obviously live. And honestly, there are some rookie groups out there that I feel like aren't really doing live vocals on the stages. Yeah. I obviously, you know, I don't love these songs as much as you do, but I would say that these are some of my favorite songs from KickFlip after listening to all of their songs. I do have a favorite song from each album that I will tell you guys. Okay. But I think maybe overall, but it might just be because of familiarity, my favorite, I think, is My First Love Song. But Band-Aid I'll talk about first. It's really quite good. It is definitely up there. And to me, this one was like giving Nine Eye Young Boy, but with slightly less angst.
Yeah.
Like it is angsty, you know, to a degree, but not exactly like Nine Eye Young Boy is. But like those are some good vibes, and that's a good. Well, this one and My First Love Song, I feel like it's a good way to do youthful concept, but have it be kind of grounded feeling. Like the rock vibes are making it feel grounded and giving it depth. That like I feel like a lot of rookie groups start with a youthful concept, but it's like not, it's like a different genre of song, and it's like, I don't know, I feel like it's a little bit more ostracizing is not exactly the right word. You know, like it's gonna be for the youth most of all. You know, like the older you are, the less you'd find it relatable, and the more you'd be like, this is a song for the young kids, you know. Okay. Whereas like bringing the rock elements in, you still feel like it's so youthful, but like it I don't know, just makes it feel a little more accessible, I think.
Okay.
It's an accessible youth. So yeah, My First Love Song, it's also giving young boy but happy. Like it seems like if that song was supposed to be like a happy song. And so then all that just makes me feel really bad for Nine Eye, because why didn't anyone ever care? Because Young Boy is so good. Their music is really good. But I appreciate the commitment to skateboards.
Yeah,
I'll keep bringing this up. But you know, this is their third album in, and they have a skateboard concept imagery stuff going on. And as we travel back through time, it will continue. And I just think that is funny that, like, you know, it was still going strong. I don't know when they're going to drop it, if they will drop it, but I like that.
Yeah. Good point. Okay, how about the other songs?
Honestly, I know that they did like kind of perform two of the other ones and stuff, and they're more relevant, but I didn't really have a lot to say about those two. I did notice that KickFlip does really love their pyrotechnics, because on more than one stage, on more than one comeback, or like, you know, performance, like it's not just for this comeback, it was like their debut stage or pre-debut or something as well. They're having like these crazy spark things and stuff. So yeah, that's something that I noticed. But besides that, I think that my favorite song out of the other ones is 404 Not Found.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought that one was pretty fun.
Okay, interesting. I do like all of the songs on the album, on every album actually. I mean, there's not really a song that I'm like, oh, like this one I don't want to add to my playlist. Like there's obviously some that I like less, but I think they're all good. But Gas on It and Secret Nightmare I will specifically talk about because there were some performances for them. So Gas on It, I think there's some cool choreography here. I like the hand motions that they do when they sing Gas on It. Yeah. Like I think it's unique.
Yeah.
And I also like the part where they drop to the ground.
Of course you would.
I mean, yeah. And Secret Nightmare, I included it in our winter recommendations episode because I feel like it's got like, I don't know, it's a nice transitional piece, and I just think it's a good song. Like, it's a cozy song, but there's emotional depth, and so it feels substantial.
I like that none of their songs so far have been too ballady. Like, I feel like the closest that they have to like the slower sort of song is giving Blitzer's Question Mark. It's like in that realm of like a slower song, and I feel like that's I like that.
I think I thought that. I think I thought of Blitzer's Question Mark the other day when I was listening, but it's so funny that you say that, because the other day when I was listening to their albums, I was like, oh, like, I didn't think about this until now, really, but I'd like to hear a ballad from them. So, yeah. I really think, actually, something interesting is I like the second album the most right now.
Oh,
even though
okay.
I know that my favorite title track is My First Love Song, I mean, obviously, and probably like my second favorite song is Band-Aid. But let's move on to that second album, Kick Out, Flip Now, with the title track Freeze. Just, yeah, all the songs on this I really like. I love the vibes. It's very summery feeling, I think, and they have so much for almost every song.
Oh, yeah.
So, actually, why don't you go ahead and talk about Freeze?
Well, I think that Freeze has a really good balance of energy and like what they're supposed to be giving. You know, like, I don't think that they went too far and did too much, and I don't think they gave too little. I've seen rookie groups that could do either.
Yeah.
So like, I appreciate that they've honed in on that right balance. I like the rock influence. I like the fact that it's giving spring snow to me, like Pentagon Spring Snow.
Ooh,
you know, like,
that's
I feel like it's a really, like, I don't know, it feels like the vibes of spring snow, and that song is very like joyful.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So yeah, like, it's not my favorite of all the songs, or it's not my favorite on the album, but I think they did a really good job, and I like what was going on.
Okay, cool. I think that this song is very 90s. Like, I feel like, I mean, that's kind of obvious. But it also reminds me of Zykers. And it also reminds me of TL1's newer stuff that I didn't actually listen to all that much. Once they got, like, you know, the newest batch. It doesn't really, like, sound like it at all, but TL1 does have a song called Freeze Tag, so I think conceptually I'm just thinking of them. But yeah, I think this one is, once again, like, it's fun. I like the stage performances for it, and I was a little, like, unsure the very first time I heard it about the way it changes, and like how the chorus is actually like that, like, low slow part, but then it does turn into the, you know,
I don't remember
the actual
it.
Upbeat. It turns into the upbeat
when
part.
I checked it for the, like, I don't remember anymore.
But that kind of, you know, it balances out the more you listen, and so it's enjoyable. Okay, Electricity. Let's talk about that one. I'm curious to know your thoughts.
This was my favorite one from the album.
I knew it would be.
I liked this one, and it was giving, although maybe not going as far as this other song did. It's giving Broken Heart by &1.
Yeah.
And so I like that about it. I like this sort of racing vibe that they've got, but I was like, excuse me, where is the skateboard? Like all of this sort of like, you know, speed vibes, you didn't even have any instance of your vehicle of choice.
Oh.
So that was a bit odd. But yeah, when I watched the performance of it, like when I watched them doing it live, they were giving blitzers.
Yeah, I get blitzers from this too.
Yeah, so like all of the groups that I'm talking, you know, I'm just going to name them all right now.
Okay.
Just so that I don't forget. But like different songs have given me different vibes. But throughout all of the reviewing that I've done of KickFlip, they have reminded me of 9i, Pentagon, Blitzers, TIOT, Even. Is that all? Maybe that's all. And all of those groups are really good.
Legends.
Yes. All of them have a lot of rock influences. All of them are really great at performing. And &1 was the other one.
Didn't you say that?
I said it.
Maybe not.
I don't know if I said it in that like official list. All of those groups are like incredible, and all of them are extremely underappreciated. So
Yes.
if KickFlip continues to be like relevant because they're from a relevant company, then I just feel really bad for those other groups, because it just goes to show that like this type of sound totally is perfectly, you know, popular and likable for the crowds. So yeah. But so great for them for sounding and reminding me of all of those other groups, because we talk about those other groups all the time as having like really good stuff.
Yeah. I think Electricity is very cool. I really like this one. But the thing about this that I don't know if anybody's going to understand is that I really feel like I have heard / seen it in a past life. I don't know what it is that's making me feel that way about it. But if KickFlip was around longer, I would have definitely thought I had maybe seen it a few times several years ago. And like its energy is just so familiar, but I don't necessarily get reminded of something specifically. I guess I do get Even for sure, and like Boys Planet a little bit. But yeah, anyway, it's really good. I really like this one. It does really bother me how in the video that they have for it, the word adrenaline on the sign doesn't have an E. And I'm like, okay. Like it's a big sign, like, whatever. But yeah, I've said this at the beginning, I think, right? About how I really love how each member has such a distinct vocal tone. But with this song specifically, I feel like Minjae is utilized really well. And like, I just appreciate that I feel like everybody's vocals do get a chance to shine because they're used so well in each song.
I feel like that's always, you know, that's always a plus when that's happening.
Yeah.
It's a minus when it's happening and you don't like some of the people's vocal tones.
Yeah. Okay, but Skip It is another song, and they promoted this one a little bit. So I'll just say that I get some 17 vocal tones, but I also realized it reminds me of 1-on-1 triple position Kangaroo.
Oh.
Maybe if you listen to it more, you'll pick up on that, because
maybe.
I feel like it really is there. But the very beginning of the song also sounds like the very beginning of Eve's Soap. And I think that the choreography is fun. And also they had very stable and strong live vocals in the performances that I saw. And in general, I think KickFlip has really good vocal projection. I can always hear them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, if you don't have anything to say about that one, then how about Before the Sun Explodes?
It was giving TIOT a little bit, and I thought it was a cool thing for a rookie group to do, to have the little live performance thing. But then I realized that they kept doing that. Like they have for a lot of them. So I was like, oh, okay. That's kind of all I have to say about it.
Okay. So I thought it was really enjoyable. I think that the title is cool. I love the pre-chorus. I think that the lyrics are good. And generally with KickFlip, I do like their lyrics. I like that even though the songs feel very refreshing and they're upbeat, they still have messages that are empowering. You know, they're not just like throwaway.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just gonna start singing a song that is maybe throwaway, but no, I don't want to throw another rookie group into the mix, you know. But like, you could reference yourself to be like, oh, let me check out some other rookie groups that are really popular and all the same things that KickFlip are at, and like, what are the lyrics of their songs? And you know, but that doesn't mean the other songs aren't fun. Like we've talked about the other songs, we like those ones too.
Yeah, they can still be enjoyable.
Yeah, but like, no, I totally get what you're saying. Like, that's what I was saying earlier, is they feel like youthful but with depth.
Yeah. Okay, well, what about Complicated? You have anything on that?
My problem is that I don't really actually remember any of the songs from this album in terms of what they sound like, because I only heard them the one time, you know, maybe not one time because like I watched more than one thing, but one instance of hearing them, and I've already forgotten. So I'm sorry that I can't go more into depth, but I did write down that this one's cute and it's giving TIOT, 9i, and Blitzers. Oh, this is the one that was kind of adjacent to Moonrise. Or what's the 9i song that's like Moonrise? Wasted Youth. Or I think maybe this is where I was thinking Blitzer's question mark. You know, it's got that guitar sort of vibe coming through. Maybe not as strongly as a TIOT Moonrise absolute serve of cuteness, amazingness. But it was getting there.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect with it being called a special video, like a special clip or whatever. But it was pretty funny that they had all those little instruments. But I think it's just so amazing to me how much that video feels like summer while it's literally an empty room the entire time. Like, but it so does. Like, you know, Itzy, None of My Business, and how that just feels so hot and stifling. I felt like when I was watching it, and even like hearing it, like hearing the song, I still get that a little bit. It just feels like summer.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. So nice song, good vibes. It's very third gen to me, and I love that Amaru made this song. Shout out to Amaru. Yeah. So anything about the other songs?
No, I think that's all I had for this album.
Oh, okay. I guess you don't enjoy this one as much as I do. I don't have anything else about the other songs specifically, but this is a good time to bring up the fact that all of their albums are very cohesive.
Yes.
I think that all the songs fit. They all have a very clear message and picture, and I appreciate that. And it's also a great transition to their third album because it ends with How We Kickflip, and that's a similar style to My First Love Song. So I really enjoy that they did that.
I really didn't have a problem with any of their songs on any of their albums. But I, at the same time, just was kind of like, solid work, you know?
Yeah.
So I didn't have a lot of things to say necessarily about each song individually. But I think if I were to listen to them more, maybe I would.
Okay. Well, I will let you lead with their first mini album, their debut stuff, and they had a pre-release which was great, and then their title track Mama Said, and they promoted Knock Knock regularly as well. So just anything about this album, what are your opinions?
Okay, well, starting with Great. It is a little bit repetitive, but I liked that they were delivering the correct vibe. Like, I think that the vibe was very important for this song. It's kind of solely, being driven by the vibe, and they delivered what they should have been delivering, I feel like. So it worked in that sense. I also really liked the color scheme of their outfits.
Me too. I said anything about this album? Do you want me to go song by song? Maybe it's easier.
We should go song by song.
Okay. So, I agree that, it's very repetitive, but I think it just makes it catchy. Like, it's very simple but catchy, and I think that actually about all three of the promoted songs for this album. They're kind of simple, but they're ultimately catchy.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting how they play around with colors and visual elements in the music video. But it really reminds me of To Us's pre-debut release, Oh My, and I really enjoyed that song, and I am enjoying this one.
And that's an interesting thing to bring up. I feel like a lot of KickFlip's music videos do have a little bit of weird elements here and there visually, like most music videos do nowadays, but I don't feel like there's that much like oversaturation of visual elements. Like I feel like it's so on trend right now to have so much going on.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of KickFlip's music videos, if I think about it, are kind of like bigger,
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Like the swaths of space for your eye, it's like it's bigger chunks, there's less actual things on screen on average. Maybe. I appreciate that.
Yeah, there is some sort of difference.
Yeah, there's like room for the eyes to rest.
Yeah.
Would you like me to go on to the next song?
I would.
Okay, Mama Said. I think that I like this song better than Great. I think that it's kind of funny how in the music video, they're kind of just making it as though that woman has all 7 of those people as her children. I just thought that seemed a little bit silly to me. Not that it couldn't be possible or whatever, but I lost it at the skateboard part in the music video. I was like, okay, I see what they're doing. It is what it is, and I'm following along. And then at the skateboard part, I was really just like, oh no, we've entered the land of like too silly to take seriously. So, I mean, I had a good time, I had a good time. And actually, some of like what they were doing in the music video was honestly like a little bit upsetting at times. Ooh. Well, no, but like I feel like it's supposed to be.
Oh,
and I guess okay. I'm too old for the concept. Because, like, I was in the realm of people that were like, oh, like, please, like, why are you doing that? Like, why are you messing that up in that way? Like, why are you pouring the milk into the cereal box? Like, please stop.
Oh, okay.
So, like, it worked is what I'm saying. They were doing a good job at being, like, rascally kids, Like, that were being, like, little delinquents in a lighthearted way.
Okay. I like this one. Yep, it's good. The rhythm, the lyrics, and the music video all remind me of Boy Next Door.
Oh, yes.
I mean, everything is just like, oh,
Can't
wow,
this
is Boy Next Door. I think it pairs nicely with the pre-debut or like pre-release song, and once again, I'm getting third gen vibes here, but I think the sound profile itself is more like, specifically 90s, 2000s. But I feel like something that you said about the music video. Oh, like, yeah, it reminds me the concept of it with that one woman like returning to the house and stuff. I don't know if you ever actually saw any of those, but back when they had the Universe app and they had content on that app and different groups would do the same type of content, like they would have like shows, I guess you could call them, but there was a Parasite show, and there was a person, and she would like stay in a house, and then the whatever group was there would have to do these challenges before the person got back. And the music video reminds me of that.
I don't know if I saw that exact configuration, but I definitely saw a group do something close to that, like one time, I think. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Okay, Knock Knock.
Knock Knock, I liked the song. Maybe I liked that song most out of these three, I'm not sure, but I did think that like visually it had the least convincing vibes for me. Which I think that later on they did kind of similar vibes and pulled it off better, but like in this first debut time I wasn't being too convinced by the vibes they were trying to give here as much as I was for Great and Mama Said.
Okay, I think that's fair. I think, yeah, same goes for this song as the other two. Chorus is catchy. It's got this uncomplicated rhythm. All three of the songs are very similar to me, but they aren't so similar that it feels like it's just the same song 3 times. Because, like I feel like it's a good choice to include them on this same album and make Mama Said the title, because that one has the most title track-esque elements to me. But if they decided to release each one separately as a title track for each of their comebacks or something like that, I feel like it would have been disappointing, because it would have seemed like they were releasing songs that were too similar over and over again. So I think what they did here is good. I get what you're saying about the like music video visual elements for this one. It is a little flat. And like the first time I heard the song, I was like, oh, this one's kind of like, it's maybe a little boring, but the more I'm hearing it, I'm vibing with it more. And I think that this one honestly shines more when it's paired with choreography. It makes it more catchy.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah. So anything else about the other songs?
I have one other song written down because it's probably my favorite from the album, but after only listening to each song the one instance, can you guess which one it is?
Oh, I don't know. Is it Warriors?
No.
Is it See You On Tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay. Those are my 2 favorites on the album.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't have anything written down for why it would be, but I think I just heard that one and I was like, okay. Yeah, maybe I like this one the best.
Okay. Yeah, I like both of those ones the best, but I have to say that the beginning of Warriors sounds like Chew Strawberry Rush.
Okay.
Like I think it might be built from the same sound pack or something. I don't know. Like literally it's very similar. So yes, that is every KickFlip release. We have covered their debut and both of the 2 comebacks that they have so far had.
I think that that's a really impressive amount that they did in their first year, because each one of those albums had 7 songs on them. Like they were all like, it wasn't just like 2 or 3 songs.
Yeah. I also like how they have live clips like you mentioned, and they have stage practice, dance practices where they have microphones.
I should have watched some of those.
Yeah, I think it's good to see them doing stuff like that. And like, it makes so much sense too for rookie groups to be practicing singing live and actually doing it, because they're only just going to keep improving.
Yeah.
Like, if you're starting to sing live like 3 years in, you're maybe going to sound like you're a rookie group still.
Yeah, and also, like, I feel like everyone would be more forgiving, would they not?
Yeah.
If, like, you've been singing live since then, and then you're only going to get better, versus if people only start hearing you sing live when you've already been a group for how long, and they're like, excuse me, like, this is them singing live, they're how old?
Yeah.
Like, so start when you just start, and then people will be like, wow, good job, you tried.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if you have seen any KickFlip content. Have you?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to spend too much time on it, actually, because, you know, that might be a little weird to just sit here and talk about the content that I've seen when you haven't seen any of it. Maybe if we do a content, like a general K-pop content episode, I will have seen even more stuff, and I can talk about some more of it specifically in that episode. But I will say that the Silence of Idol Retreat is the first KickFlip content that I decided to watch, and I did briefly mention it in one of the episodes that we already released. But it was really funny. I really enjoyed it. I think you should watch it. It's really funny.
Love a good content recommendation.
It was definitely a positive first experience with KickFlip content, and yeah, like it was a good time. I did decide to partake in the viewing of both of their M2 comeback shows, like their debut show and their comeback show. So I watched the entire like hour long, like, you know, they perform the songs and then there's some variety clips in there, and they were both enjoyable enough. Like, I've seen, like, I feel like they didn't necessarily get the best, you know, like
loadout.
Yeah. But it was still funny. They definitely have chaotic energy, and I love to see that from a group, but not like, you know, so chaotic that it just gives immature. They weren't giving that. They were giving like a nice balance.
They seem respectful.
Yeah. They do seem like that. I thought an interesting thing that they did in their debut show was human bowling, where they were lying on a skateboard and one member pushed them and they had to knock the bowling pins down. And then I also watched their Dingo Mafia dance. Those are usually always a good time, and this one was, you know, no exception. It was funny. And I like, you know, general stuff like the relay dances, Studio Chooms, One the K dance type videos. I've seen that, but I actually haven't yet delved into their YouTube channel stuff. So that will be next on my agenda. I am aware that they thankfully do have, like, you know, a variety show of their own. I think they have some sort of vacation travel show that's on their YouTube. I haven't seen any music show behinds that I like to watch, or any music video behinds or anything like that yet. So honestly, that's such a big portion of K-pop content that I will consume, and I haven't seen any of that from KickFlip yet. So that's next on my list.
Okay. I'd say overall, to me, KickFlip seems like a good, like they've got a good chance, in the sense that they're like, you know, actively, presently there, which is always important.
Yeah.
They've got a genre kind of going on that I feel like is something I would enjoy, and I don't get any sort of vibes of like offensiveness in any way.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not like sometimes there's a group that I'm like, well, I'm not really even going to be probably interested in looking into that group, at least not at this point, because like what in the world are they wearing? Or like, oh my God, that song, you know, or like you know, I don't know, you hear about something that happened.
Yeah.
Offensiveness in any sort of way. To me, they seem like they haven't bothered me at all, you know? So it's like, they haven't bothered me. They're present and they've got a good genre so far. So like that is giving them a good chance, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree. So thank you for tuning in to our very first KickFlip episode. If you liked listening, you can go ahead and like the video. And if you want to hear us talk about KickFlip more, you're going to have to subscribe to the BlushCat channel and turn on notifications so that you never miss when that happens. And you can also leave us a comment. Let us know your favorite KickFlip songs, your favorite KickFlip content, whatever you want to say about KickFlip. You can say it. Unless it's mean. Yeah. Don't say anything mean, please.
Yeah, this is not the place for that.
Yeah. So, thank you so much for listening. Remember to stay meowing.
KickFlip.
This has been Ollie.
And me. Bye.
Meow, 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 meow.